Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samaa News. Here are today's headlines. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi says his country will strike US military bases in the Middle East if American forces attack Iran, insisting the warning was directed at US forces and not the countries hosting them. In an interview at the conclusion of the first round of talks between Iran and the United States in Oman, Araghchi said no new date was currently set for the next round of nuclear talks with Washington. However, he said both sides wanted the new round to start soon. The White House is planning the first leaders' meeting of President Donald Trump's so-called Board of Peace on Gaza, tentatively set for February 19th. The meeting, expected to double as a fundraising conference for Gaza's reconstruction, would be held in Washington, a day after Trump meets Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
Russia has launched more than 400 drones and around 40 missiles in a major overnight attack on Ukraine's energy sector, targeting power grids, generation plants and substations. President Volodymyr Zelenskyy said Moscow was choosing fresh strikes over diplomacy, warning that Russia was using winter conditions as a weapon. He urged countries backing peace talks to respond, saying Russia must be stripped of its ability to exploit the cold against Ukraine. The barrage of strikes comes as US President Donald Trump touts very good talks underway on Russia's war in Ukraine, hinting that progress could soon follow. Speaking aboard Air Force One, Trump said negotiations were active, but offered no details. However, President Zelensky said the United States wanted Russia and Ukraine to reach a deal to end the war before summer. He also said that Washington had proposed a new round of talks in Miami next week, and Kyiv agreed.
The United States and India reached agreement on an interim framework for a trade deal on Friday, bringing both sides closer to a broader economic pact. Under the framework, the United States and India will expand trade in technology products, according to the White House. Washington will impose an 18% tariff on Indian goods, the White House confirmed. India will purchase energy and technology products worth $500 billion from the United States over the next 5 years. A mass funeral was held in Islamabad for the 31 people killed in Friday's suicide bombing at Khadija Tul Kubra Imam Bagha, as fears grew of more attacks in the capital. The Islamic State group claimed responsibility for the attack as the death toll rises. Meanwhile, Interior Minister Mohsin Naqvi said 4 facilitators of the suicide attack, including the main mastermind, have been arrested in joint raids in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Naqvi said the operation targeted suspects in Peshawar and Nowshera and confirmed the mastermind is an Afghan national linked to Daesh. He said the attack's planning and training were carried out in Afghanistan and praised security agencies for what he called a test case operation, despite the martyrdom of a KP police officer. Several countries, including the United States, the United Kingdom, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Iran, Russia, Australia and Germany have strongly condemned the terrorist attack in Islamabad that targeted worshippers. In a statement, the US Embassy said it strongly condemns the terrorist attack carried out in Islamabad, which resulted in the death and injury of innocent worshippers. United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has also condemned Friday's attack. Australian authorities have warned protesters to avoid violence on the streets of Sydney during the visit of Israeli President Isaac Herzog on Monday, when he is due to honour victims of the Bondi Beach mass shooting. Police have said a large security presence would be deployed for the Israeli head of state's visit, following the December 14th attack on a Jewish Hanukkah celebration that left 15 people dead. Basant celebrations in Lahore entered their second day on Saturday. As evening fell, rooftops across the walled city lit up, with residents marking the festival in large numbers. The inner city presented a festive scene, as illuminated rooftops hosted barbecue gatherings, while kite flying continued alongside the celebrations. However, Punjab Chief Minister Maryam Nawaz on Friday cancelled all Basant-related engagements following a suicide blast at an Imam Bagha in Islamabad. In a bizarre incident of mismanagement, South Korean crypto exchange BitHum distributed more than $40 billion worth of Bitcoin to customers during a promotional event. The exchange said nearly all of the 620,000 Bitcoins were recovered within minutes and insisted the incident was not caused by hacking. Regulators called the episode a warning sign and said they are considering on-site inspections of BitHum and other crypto exchanges. And China has put the world's first urban, megawatt-level airborne wind turbine into stable operation, flying at 2,000 meters above the city of Yibin in Sichuan province. The S2000 system generated 385 kilowatt-hours of electricity in a single day, setting an industry record. Developers say stronger winds at high altitude allow the turbine to produce far more power than ground-based systems, effectively turning it into a floating power plant above the city. That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching Samaa News.